Hello students, in this video I am going to discuss a topic for ISC Computer Science for class 12th, and the topic is computational complexity, or one word you know about that, big O notation. So I am going to discuss that topic, and you will get the question from this topic of 1 or 2 marks maximum, but it will come in compulsory section part 1. Okay. So why to lose 1 mark? So that's why I'm going to make this video, and listen carefully. The topic is computational complexity, and in that I will discuss the big O notation, how to calculate the performance of an algorithm, all these things. Okay. So let's start without wasting your and my time. Here we go with this. So the topic is, as I told, it is computational complexity. Okay, you can see on the screen I have already written. Now see algorithm. Okay, so actually this computational complexity is it refers to calculate the performance of an algorithm. Complexity means performance of an algorithm, measuring the performance of an algorithm, calculating the performance of an algorithm. That we are going to discuss. Okay. So let's start. First, we must know what is an algorithm and some basic things. Then we'll come to the big O notation, means how to calculate the performance of an algorithm. This is the topic actually. Okay. So here algorithm, an algorithm is a method or procedure to complete a task. Okay. Any algorithm means, let me explain the basic concept of algorithm. What is an algorithm actually? Listen, if any task is given to you, don't think about the computer science and all. Just listen carefully and think simple. Consider any task is given to you, and to complete that task, you will follow some procedure. You will follow some steps. You will acquire some method. Okay, and so that method which you have acquired to complete that task is called algorithm. कोई मान लो कोई तुमको कोई काम दिया गया, उस काम को कंप्लीट करने के लिए जो भी प्रोसीजर या स्टेप्स तुम अक्वायर कर रहे हो, उसको हम एल्गोरिथम कहते हैं. जो मेथड तुम यूज करो उस टास्क को कंप्लीट करने को, उसको हम एल्गोरिथम बोलते हैं. सिंपल सी बात. कंप्यूटर साइंस के केस में हमें क्या टास्क मिलता है? प्रोग्राम लिखने का. तो प्रोग्राम लिखने का जो टास्क मिलता है उसमें जो, अब सिंपल लैंग्वेज बता रहे हैं, ये एग्जाम में मत लिखना, टू मेक यू अंडरस्टैंड आई एम टेलिंग यू. In case of computer science, the task is what? Writing the program. And writing the program means, if you're writing the program, what method you are using means what logic you are using. That is algorithm. Okay, this is called what? Algorithm. For example, I'm telling you, searching, sorting. So for searching, there are two methods. I think you know more than you may be more. No, you are knowing more than that. But for searching, there are two methods actually: linear search and binary search. There may be more. I don't know. So linear search and binary search, two methods are there. So you can say that there are two algorithms to search an element into the list. One algorithm is linear search, another algorithm is binary search. These are two methods, or in standard language you can say these are two algorithms to search a number into a list, to search a value into a list. Okay, like that, sorting. There are, in our syllabus we have three sortings only: bubble sort, selection sort, and insertion sort. Okay, so bubble sort, selection sort, insertion sort, these are three algorithms to arrange the elements of array in ascending or descending order. Three methods, or you can say three algorithms. Okay, so if any task is given to you, if any program is given to you, and to complete that program, whatever steps you are acquiring, in simple terms I am telling you, whatever logic you are acquiring is called algorithm. Simple सी बात. ठीक है, अब ये point हुआ. I hope algorithm is clear. So here I have written a definition. An algorithm is a method or procedure acquired to complete a task. Acquired to complete a task, this you can add. Okay. Okay, now the factors affecting performance of an algorithm. Performance of the algorithm की performance कैसे affect होती है? There are two factors: internal factors and external factors. Internal factors are of our concern. This we can control since we are programmer. So internal factors of which affect the performance of algorithm, that we can control. External factors are of not our concern as a programmer. It is not of our concern. So main factors ही जो हमें discuss करने, इसी पे work करना. But we must know the external factors also. Okay, so listen here. time required to run. Okay, time required to run means how much time the algorithm is taking to execute the program. If your program, if your algorithm or your logic is taking less time for execution than other algorithms, then your algorithm will be called better. Okay, how much time your algorithm is taking to execute to complete that process. If it is taking less time than other algorithms, means your algorithm is better. This is one of the factors. How much time your logic is taking to execute. So as a programmer, we should try to implement such logics or such algorithms take that will take less time for execution. ऐसा हमें ऐसा प्रोग्राम ऐसा लॉजिक लिखना चाहिए, कोशिश यही करनी चाहिए कि कम से कम टाइम में वो प्रोसेस हो जाए. This is the way of better programming, to write the better algorithm. सिंपल सी बात है, अगर कोई सॉफ्टवेयर तुम यूज़ कर रहे हो, किसी को क्लिक करने पे वो प्रोसेसिंग 1 मिनट में हो रही है, किसी को कोई सॉफ्टवेयर दूसरा सॉफ्टवेयर है उसको क्लिक करने में वो सेकंड्स में हो जा रहा है, तो जो सेकंड वाला है उसका एल्गोरिथम सही है, उसका लॉजिक सही है, वो फास्टर वर्क कर रहा है. ओके, सो इंटरनल फैक्टर्स आर अबाउट टाइम रिक्वायर्ड टू रन दैट वी कैन कंट्रोल. ओके, मीन्स जितना कम टाइम लगेगा, मतलब जितना प्रोसेसिंग में कम टाइम लगेगा उतना बेटर एल्गोरिथम that algorithm will be. Okay, second thing, I hope it's clear. Now second thing is what? Space required to run. When a program executes, it takes memory space, it occupies memory space. That can also be managed by us. Simplest example I'm telling you, since we are doing simple programs, so simplest example I'm telling you ki whenever you are taking the variables or double type, int type, you are taking the variables. When you execute the program, that variable takes space in the memory. Means if you have taken the variable of double type, that double type of variable will take 8 bytes. Int type of variable will take 4 bytes. So how many variables you have declared, that many bytes, as per the size of the variables, they will occupy the space in the memory. So by using the less number of variables, you can manage the space also. If any program is taking less memory space while executing, will be called better program or better algorithm. Am I clear? The space, और that is memory space required to run. प्रोग्राम को रन करने के लिए, अगर कोई प्रोग्राम रन करने के लिए कोई कम स्पेस मेमोरी स्पेस ले रहा है और कोई दूसरा प्रोग्राम ज़्यादा स्पेस ले रहा है, तो कम स्पेस वाला एल्गोरिथम बेटर माना जाए. The space required to run, this we can control through our programming. And simplest example I'm telling you, by using the less number of variables, you can manage the space complexity, or in this space you can manage, you can control. Okay, so if you're writing the program, being a better programmer, if you go in the field of this programming, you try to make the algorithm which will take less time for execution and which take less memory space. Okay, so this is the one of the these are the internal factors which affect the performance of an algorithm. Okay, now external factors. What are the external factors? As I told, these factors are not of our concern, but still let you know. Size of input to the algorithm. Consider we have written best algorithm. हमने बहुत अच्छा algorithm लिखा है. Our program is very fast. But if the size of input will increase to that algorithm, to that program, the processing of algorithm will affect. The processing of program will affect. In number of inputs, अगर input ज़्यादा होगा, जितना ज़्यादा input होगा, उस algorithm की performance affect होगी. So that we cannot control. We have written our program. If size of input will increase, so that performance will be affected. Okay. Another is what? Size of the computer, speed of the computer on which it is run. अगर हमने बहुत अच्छा सॉफ्टवेयर बनाया, बहुत अच्छा कंप्यूटर प्रोग्राम लिखा है, हमने बहुत अच्छा एल्गोरिथम लिखा है, and the user which are using that software or program has not the computer, that his computer is not working that fast, he has less lower processors and all. So what we can do, मतलब कंप्यूटर, जिस कंप्यूटर पे प्रोग्राम को रन कराया जा रहा है, कंप्यूटर की स्पीड ही अच्छी नहीं है, कंप्यूटर का प्रोसेसर स्लो है, so nothing can be done from software end. Okay, so this is another factor which can affect the performance of an algorithm. अगर मान लो कि इस प्रोग्राम को लोअर प्रोसेसर वाले कंप्यूटर पर रन कराया जा रहा है, उसको थोड़ा सा हाई प्रोसेसिंग चाहिए, तो कंप्यूटर प्रोग्राम स्लो चलेगा. सेम प्रोग्राम दूसरे अच्छे कंप्यूटर पे तेज चलेगा, सेम प्रोग्राम उस स्लो प्रोसेसर वाले कंप्यूटर पे स्लो चलेगा. तो दैट वी कैन नॉट कंट्रोल. थर्ड इज व्हाट? क्वालिटी ऑफ कंपाइलर. कंपाइलर क्या करता है? वो कन्वर्जन का जो कन्वर्जन वाला प्रोसेस है, द प्रोसेस ऑफ कन्वर्जन इज डन बाय द कंपाइलर. So if your compiler is doing fast conversion, then okay, your program will execute faster. Okay, so that we cannot, these are of not our concern, but these are the external factors which affects the performance of an algorithm. These are the external factors. Okay, so please keep in mind this also, and here I am telling you internal factors. This we will discuss. Okay, so coming to the next topic, and kindly keep in mind everything is at least theory याद कर लेना, ये सब definitions वगैरह याद कर लेना, notes बना लेना. Now complexity. What is the meaning of complexity? As I told at the beginning of this video, complexity refers to the measure of the performance of an algorithm. Algorithm की performance को measure करने का जो process है उसको हम complexity बोल सकते हैं. There are two types of complexity: time complexity and space complexity. Okay, and whenever you're trying to write a program and whenever you're trying to write and putting a logic, that there should be less time complexity, there should be less space complexity, means that the algorithm should take less time for execution and that should take less time and less memory space. We should try for this. Okay, now coming to the topic big O notation. Okay, let me tell you, big O notation, actually it is the process, it is the way of representing the performance of an algorithm. Means if you want to represent the length of anything, you will represent in what? Meter, centimeter. If you want to represent the weight, kg, gram, you will represent. Like that, if you want to represent the performance of an algorithm, for that here we have big O notation. Big O notation, in simple term I am telling, definition I will explain, but in simple time I am telling you कि the performance of an algorithm is represented by the big O notation. This is a way to represent the performance of an algorithm. अब किसी कोई लेंथ है तो उसको तुम रिप्रेजेंट करो, कैसे रिप्रेजेंट करो? मीटर में, सेंटीमीटर में, है ना? वैसे ही परफॉर्मेंस ऑफ एल्गोरिथम को भी रिप्रेजेंट करने का एक तरीका होगा, मेथड होगा. दैट मेथड इज व्हाट? बिग O notation. So I am coming to the definition now. See, the big O notation is used to depict an algorithm's performance. The big O notation is used to depict an algorithm's growth rate. Okay, growth. I will come to this word. So big O notation, the upper bound of an algorithm performance is specified. Okay, performance big O notation के थ्रू जो algorithms की जो highest performance होती है, upper bound performance होती है, वो represent की जाती है. Let me tell you, if an algorithm takes, see here, if any algorithm's performance is written like this, O(n)². If an algorithm takes O(n)² time, means अगर मान लो consider one algorithm is there and their performance we are representing like this, O(n)². This is big O notation form to represent the performance of an algorithm. If performance of an algorithm is given like this, O(n)², capital O it is, that we say big O. The capital O(n)², if the performance of an algorithm is represented in big O notation as O(n)², what is the meaning of this? I am going to explain. It means that this algorithm will carry out its task taking at most n² steps for input size n. It means what? That algorithm will take maximum how many steps? n² steps to complete that task. And what is n here? Here n is the number of input size. You can say input size. Please remember this line is very important. If the performance of algorithm is written like O(n)², it means that this algorithm will take how many? Maximum n² steps. O(n)² means maximum n² steps for input size n. This is the meaning of this. Okay. So performance of an algorithm is O(n)². How to find this O(n)²? That also will be, that is also the part of our syllabus. So I will teach you later. We'll come down and I will tell you. Okay. Now here, see. Now O(n)². See, what is the meaning of growth rate? The big O notation is used to depict an algorithm's growth rate, and by the growth rate you will find out which one is the better algorithm. Okay, let's see. Consider the performance of an algorithm is O(n)² and the performance of another algorithm is O2 to the power n. Okay, how to calculate all these things we'll come to know afterwards. Here number of input is here. If the number of input is 2, input size is 2, so O(n)² means how many steps? Maximum how many steps? 4 steps. Maximum how many steps? 4 steps. It's okay. Then if the number of input size is 4, the n² means 16. Here also okay. If the number of input size is 5, here O(n)² 25, it will be 32. See, it is increasing. Now number of inputs, so input size is 10, so O(n)² will take 100 steps, maximum 100 steps, and it will take maximum 1024 steps. So which algorithm is better? Obviously, this algorithm is better. Okay, so you can, this is the growth rate. If the input size is growing, the number of steps also are also growing, and by this we can compare two performance, the performance of two algorithms, and which one is better by the growth rate. Okay, so I hope the meaning of this is also clear. The big O notation used to depict an algorithm's growth rate. That definition can also be written in the examination if you are getting. एक नंबर का क्वेश्चन आता है, बहुत ज़्यादा एक्सप्लेन मत करना, हाफ पेज या पैराग्राफ मत लेते लगना, सिंपल सी डेफिनेशन लेके हट जाना है अगर कुछ आता है तो। एक नंबर क्वेश्चन के लिए कंप्यूटर में पैराग्राफ लिखने की जरूरत नहीं होती, टेक्निकल टर्म्स एग्जैक्ट टू द पॉइंट डेफिनेशन लिख के हट जाना, एक नंबर दो नंबर के लिए, ठीक है। आगे चलते हैं। If any doubt, you can ask to the comment section. Still, I'm telling you. Now, dominant term. Listen, this is also very important term. Kindly keep in mind. Okay, consider the, you'll read it. Consider the performance of an algorithm is this. Okay, how to get such equation, that also will come to know afterwards. So consider the performance of an algorithm is given by this equation. So in this equation, you know, an square plus bn plus c, here n is the number of steps, input size you can say. So here this term is the most affecting, this term is the term which will affect the most on the performance of an algorithm. So this term is called dominant term. Means the term which affects the performance of algorithm the most is called dominant term. See, the simple language हमने लिखा, the term which affects the most on the performance of the algorithm is known as dominant term. And and in big O notation we consider the dominant terms only. big O notation में हम सिर्फ dominant term को ही consider करते हैं, बाकी terms को ignore किया जाता है. So if the performance of an algorithm is given by this equation, so the dominant term is what? An square. So then the performance of an algorithm in big O notation is O(n) square. We will not take this n and all these terms. These terms will be ignored. Only dominant terms are considered. Okay, this I have written this definition. You see, they given no, that through big O notation the upper bound of an algorithm's performance is specified. मीन्स हम सिर्फ हमेशा डोमिनेंट टर्म ही लेते हैं. ये इक्वेशन कैसे बनेगा, यू विल कम टू नो. ओके, ये कैसे इक्वेशन आया, कैसे आता है, यू विल कम टू नो. ओके, एन स्क्वायर प्लस बी एन प्लस सी, क्लियर है. प्लीज रिमेंबर दैट सिंपल सा डेफिनेशन है कि the term which affects the most on the performance of the algorithm is called dominant term. Okay, and big O notation we consider the dominant terms only. Please remember this point is very important. We consider the dominant term only in big O notation form. Okay, coming to the next topic. Now complexity. See, there are three case complexity: base. It is not base, it is best actually. Let me correct, otherwise you will be confused. BEST, best case complexity, then average case complexity and worst case complexity. You can learn this definition, only one word difference is there. Let me explain. You can note it down afterwards. For the same algorithm, there are three cases. For single algorithm, there are three cases: best case, average case, and worst case complexity. What is the meaning of this? For the same, sometimes same algorithms, depends on the number of input size. Same algorithms is when the same algorithm takes maximum time for execution. Maximum number of steps. Sorry, if the algorithm is taking maximum number of steps, that case is called worst case complexity of that algorithm. If the that same algorithm is taking minimum number of steps for the input size n, then that is called best case complexity. And if it is taking average number of steps for completing the task, that is called average case complexity. With example, I'm going to make it clear. For example, if you know the bubble sort technique, you know in bubble sort technique, how many maximum number of passes required are number of elements minus 1. Okay, but it is not compulsory that each and every array will take maximum number of steps. Means each and every array will be arranged in maximum number of steps. It is not compulsory. Consider the size of an array is 5. Consider the size of an array is what? 5. So so maximum number of steps or so maximum number of passes to sort that array will be what? 4. Number of elements minus 1 passes required to sort an array in what? Bubble sort. Maximum number of steps I'm talking about. So a bubble sort technique takes number of elements minus 1 passes. Okay, so maximum number of passes is what? Number of elements minus 1 in case of bubble sort. Okay, So, but it is not compulsory that each and every array will take maximum number of passes. Some array may take some array will be arranged in one pass only. Some array will be arranged in 2 or 3 passes only. Some arrays will take maximum number of passes, that is 4 passes in case of size 5. Clear है? तो same algorithm, लेकिन 3 cases. If the algorithm is taking only one step, one pass to sort the array, that is best case complexity, minimum number of steps. If the same algorithm is taking maximum number of passes, that in case of size 5, if it is taking 4 passes to arrange the elements of array, that is worst case complexity of the same algorithm. And if it is taking 2 or 3 passes to arrange the elements of array, this is average case complexity. So can you remember that? So only one word difference is there. Best case means minimum number of steps. Average case means average number of steps, and maximum number of steps, that is worst case. So kindly learn one definition, and the words will be changed: minimum, here average, here maximum. Kindly learn it. Okay. I hope it is clear. Now I'm going to tell you how to calculate the complexity of an algorithm or code. Okay. See here. Step by step I'm teaching you. See this calculating complexity. First is what? Loop. Consider the simple loop is there, and so how many steps this loop will take? Number of steps, batao, n steps. N steps this loop will take. Okay, and consider each step is taking c time for execution. C time. C is a constant value as per the system or processors. जो भी जितना भी टाइम लगे एक स्टेटमेंट एग्जीक्यूट करने को, तो वो कांस्टेंट वैल्यू है कंप्यूटर के हिसाब से. C is the time taken by each step. And how many steps are there? N steps are there. The total how much? C into N. And C the constant, which is what? Time taken by each step. Okay, वो कंप्यूटर बाय कंप्यूटर डिफर कर सकता है, वैरी कर सकता है. So n, the total is c is the time taken by each steps, and n is what? Number of steps here. So total time taken by this loop will be what? C into n, that is Cn. Okay, so in big O notation form we will write the performance of this algorithm as On. Got it? On. And one more thing you must know, that here we are not taking the constants also, we are not taking the time taken by each step also. Means these constants are not taken in the big O notation. Please remember this also. We'll see the time taken by each step. Clear? It was about loop. Now coming to the next, for nested loop. See this nested loop here, n into n is the number of steps, n square steps. So total number of steps are what? N square, and consider one step, each step is taking c time for execution. So c into n, n square steps total, and each step is taking, consider each step is taking c time for execution. So total time taken by this algorithm will be c n square. That, so in big O notation form we will represent like this: O n square, O capital big O. Okay. Clear to all? I think I'm making it clear. Consecutive statements, consider loop भी हो, कोई statement भी हो. See this, one statement x equal to x plus 2, then the normal loop, then nested loop. Okay, so look at here. So consider this statement 1 is taking c0 time for execution. Only one step, c0 time for execution into n, into 1 will be what? C0. Okay, so c0 time taken by statement 1. Here loop, how many steps are here? N step, and consider each step is taking c1 time for execution. So total time taken by that loop will be c1n. And how many steps are here? N square steps are here for this nested loop. And consider each step is taking c2 time for execution, cn square, and that all will be added. Consecutive statements add होते जाते हैं. ठीक है, यहाँ पे ये add होता जाएगा, इसकी वैल्यू प्लस इसकी वैल्यू प्लस इसकी वैल्यू ऐड करते जाएंगे. Now you can see this equation we have. So as I told, in big O notation form, we consider the dominant terms only. And what is dominant term? The term which affects the performance of the algorithm the most. So here this term is the dominant term. It will affect the performance of algorithm the most. So in big O notation we write O n square. Okay, time taken by statement 1, but C1. C0 is time taken by statement 1 plus time taken by loop, then time taken by nested loop. Clear hai? I hope it is clear to everyone. You can mention like the arrow से ऐसे दिखा सकते हो, इस arrow से दिखाता हो, इसको arrow से ऐसे दिखा सकते हो. Okay. Now some examples, this you can learn. You may have the question, linear, what is the complexity of linear search, O(n) square, complexity of binary search, O log n, complexity of bubble sort, selection sort, insert सबकी O(n) square होती है, तीनों की परफॉर्मेंस सेम होती है, ठीक है. तो kindly learn it. You may have the question, and these complexity means these are the performance of algorithm are the worst case. बिगो नोटेशन में हमेशा वर्स्ट केस कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी को ही रिप्रेजेंट किया था, ठीक है, मैक्सिमम. Now give the question. Some questions I have written here. Give the meaning of the following expression in Bigo notation. Question was O(n) और O(n) square, ये क्वेश्चन में था. इन दोनों का मीनिंग बताना. मीनिंग O(n) का मतलब it will take at the most n steps to complete a task for the input size n. O(n) square means it will take the most n square steps to complete a task for the input size n. This is one of the question has come in the board examination. I am showing. For the given code, Bigo notation for the worst case complexity. See this. Here one loop is there, one loop is here. Okay. So such question we have a PQ. Okay. It is said to calculate the worst case complexity of this. So total time taken by this will be what? C0 into P plus here P into Q, C1 P Q steps. Okay. So in this Bigo notation, here we cannot say, since P here PQ, so we cannot decide which term is the dominant term. Actually, value may differ. Since P and Q, two different variables are there, so we cannot consider like this. So the in Bigo notation form, you can write like this: P plus PQ. That constants will ignore. Okay. Don't see this. This is not for that. Sorry, ignore that. What happened here. See, this is the solution. The Bigo notation form, the performance of this worst case complexity of this algorithm will be OP plus PQ. अब यहाँ पे ये P और P स्क्वायर होता है तो ये इसको डोमिनेंट टर्म मान लेते हैं, P स्क्वायर कर लेते हैं. लेकिन यहाँ पे P और PQ मतलब P और Q अलग अलग टर्म है, तो OP प्लस PQ. लास्ट ये 2025 का क्वेश्चन है, ये 2025 का क्वेश्चन है. इससे बहुत डिबेट हुआ था, लेकिन ये आंसर सही है. बोर्ड ने भी यही सोल्यूशन दिया है, तो ये आंसर सही है, ठीक है. और काइंडली go through the previous year papers, means 2023, 24, 25 पे जो क्वेश्चंस आए उसको सॉल्व कर लो. इसके कोई डाउट होता है, एनी डाउट यू कैन आस्क थ्रू द कमेंट सेक्शन. स्टिल आई एम वेटिंग फॉर योर questions. Okay, so for this video, this much only. Thank you. And still, if any doubt, you can ask through the comment section. All the best. Thank you.